Good morning, everyone. This is Marvin from First Presbyterian Church in Columbia, Missouri, and the Spirit of Summer word for this Thursday, June 10th, is hummingbirds. Let me show you my hummingbird feeder. Now, the hummingbirds start arriving around April, and then they stay all the way to into October. Sometimes you'll see some travelers coming through going south. They're amazing birds. They can beat their wings 25 times a second, and so they can hover in the air, and they make this huge migration. Some of them go from central Canada all the way down into Central America in just a year. They make that journey twice. And we really love them, and that's why we have a hummingbird feeder out, and we love to watch them every summer. But if you look at this hummingbird feeder, you'll hardly ever see more than one hummingbird sitting on it at a time, even though there's multiple places where they can get food. And that's because hummingbirds are extremely territorial. So one will come down here, and then another one will come and buzz it and chase it off, and then we'll watch them flying around out here in the yard. And I looked on the internet and found some information about why hummingbirds are like this, why they don't share feeders. And apparently it's because of scarcity and territory. A male will show up in the spring and he'll establish his territory in a given spot by chasing all the other males out. And then the females, they arrive later and they take up residence in a place that only has one male, and they mate, and then they raise a brood together. And so the male will jealously guard this hummingbird feeder. And one reason why they jealously guard their territory is because if in seasons of where there's a lack of flowers, if you have multiple hummingbirds draining the nectar out of one flower, then the hummingbirds will have to maybe make too long of a journey to find another flower that can sustain them. And the hummingbirds don't know that we're going to refill the hummingbird feeder every day, so they're just acting on instinct. So it's interesting to think it's territory and scarcity that drive hummingbird aggression. And I wonder if it's territory and scarcity that drives a lot of human aggression as well. You know, the desire to say, this is mine, and it's not yours, or the desire or the fear that I'm never going to have enough, and so I kind of have to hoard and build up. And I wonder if that is maybe one of the root causes of so much violence in the world today. And of course, the difference between human beings and hummingbirds is that hummingbirds are just kind of reacting to their environment based on instinct. They've adapted to their environment over the eons. But human beings, we are moral creatures, and we can make choices about resources and about land and about food that are for everybody's good, not just for my good or my family's good. So given all that, I want to invite you today to think about a way that you can kind of step outside the box of scarcity and territory and do something different that will contribute to maybe the world being a somewhat more peaceful place. Instead of worrying about not having enough, be generous with what you have. Find a charity that you think is doing a good job in the world, that's making a difference, and make a contribution to it today. And instead of kind of marking off what's mine and keeping out anybody from your sphere, try to cross some boundaries today. Reach out to someone that you wouldn't normally be in conversation with. So practice generosity today and practice breaking down boundaries today, and see if maybe the world doesn't become just a little less aggressive and the human race becomes maybe a little more peaceful as a result. Well, thanks for tuning in and listening to me talk about hummingbirds today. I hope that you found this useful, and if you did, please share this with your family and friends on your social media networks. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where these videos appear. It's www.youtube.com/FPC Columbia, and you can receive daily Spirit of Summer meditations and links to our worship service as well. Take care and have a great and peaceful day.